tried to get a good friend of the show, Israeli Tank Commander Shlomo, to come on tonight. I wanted to pair
you
you
made
guys
him up.
together. I can link you. I can give you his Discord. You guys can
His
chat
name's
it
really
up.
Shlomo, or is that his like gamer tag?
That's just the like alias that I'm applying to him because he's a war criminal and all. No, he's fighting the good fight over there, defending his people from fucking terrorists, as we all know. And
it's
he
all
is
perspective, right?
Absolutely, it is. I promise you, if the cartel came over here on paragliders and carried away a few like Texas University girls, like it'd be a different fucking story, right? We'd be like, oh no, the poor cartel. Did you see how many bombs they dropped on them? It's awful.
Be honest, you wouldn't intercept their communication devices and wire them up to blow up, and then wire up the next round of communication devices to blow up.
And that's just a prelude.
All right, we've got the largest taco stand in our sights.
We drop 2,000-pound bombs in their city and destroy anyone who's remotely in the vicinity of a bad guy. I called my mom for her birthday, and she's like, I want to wring your little neck for not supporting Israel enough. It's like,
your mom said that?
Yeah.
Did she mention me and my support?
She's like, I was listening to the pod. You are not.
My stance, she does. She listens to the podcast. My stance is basically everybody's bad here, right? Like, there's no doubt that what was it, October 7th? Do I have that right?
That's it. Yeah. Almost come back around.
There's no doubt that those guys were awful. They killed innocent people, and they freaking celebrated it, and they loved it. And
hey, these are journalists you're talking about, and doctors.
So, no doubt, bad guys. But then Israel dropping 2,000-pound bombs in the city, making the rubble bounce, destroying the university. I see their soldiers laughing about how they'll never have an educated population again.
Aha!
That's evil too. And you don't get to say like you know what, 1,000 people died, therefore we kill everybody.
No,
you do not.
I feel like
it's gotta be like 3,400 somewhere around there. That's when you go to town.
If it was like, hey, you know what? Our new rule is 5-1. We'll stop when we have 5,000 or 5,500 confirmed deaths.
I feel like we have our perspective is so skewed on what the move is or isn't, and like I don't have the guts to press the button on killing 40,000 people if they were holding like a cousin of mine or something. Like, I don't know if I have the guts to make that call or that. These things like Shlomo's got it. Shlomo, he's pressing that button. Shlomo's pressing it not in slow-mo. That's not slow-mo, Shlomo.
I send this text and all your banking shut down.
It's never that type of Jew in the tank, though.
It's a different
type of Jew is in the tank. Tell me.
These like
I always this button and your house explodes.
I feel like the whole 2,000-pound bomb thing. Like, I look at that, and I'm like, that's got to be like sending a message. Because as soon as October 7th happened, a couple of countries basically reasserted that they were at war with Israel. And so, I mean, if you're like that kid at lunchtime and everyone wants to kick your ass, you know what I mean? And they're pushing you, and if you pull out like a little blade and or stab someone with a pen one time, that's too crazy, dude. We were really calling you names. You just stabbed me with a pen. That's fucked up. I don't know if people call him names tomorrow. And I think that's like what they're trying to do. I mean, like, once again, I'm not saying I would do it, or I'm not like,
Not a great take. We shouldn't make Harley defend Israel.
No.
You know how this works. You know what he has to say. Let's just not put him in this fucking spot. It's like we had one black guy on here. And we're like, so did he? Kind of a piece of shit and an embarrassment to your people, huh?
Dude,
like kind of a strike
so
in your
what
culture.
What were you guys up to in that man? I'm sorry, what was Diddy up to in that mansion? No.
Yeah, I got a couple. Diddy?
What is with you guys and baby oil?
It's
not a great lubricant.
The attorney's defense. Oh, by the way, everybody sucks here with the Israel thing. I just want to get out there.
The attorney.
I love Hamas.
Disagree. There's bad guys and good guys in this
Dan
thing.
Bilzerian just tweeted that, though. Dan Bilzerian today tweeted, he was like, Hamas are very chill and they're doing the right thing. Something like that. Something along those lines.
Did he?
Yeah, so seriously. He was literally like, bro, Hamas is chill.
Them. I wonder
he's a gambler. He's picking his side.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he's moving to Dubai or something.
Maybe
he's selling his house
odds.
here. So I feel like if you're going to like the Middle East, it's just, being like, dude, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
You know?
And you would
Plus
get,
is,
you
I
would
think
get odds betting on the Palestinians if it's a straight up conflict, because it's like it would be like betting on the US in 1980 against Russia.
Oh,
Like
it'd be way worse than
there's
that.
no chance Palestine can win in just a
no,
straight
you
up.
just,
okay.
you know, you can't. I
What is
think
Palestine? What even is it? I don't
Did you
think
see
it's
a guy
place.
ask Fuzi that today on
I think
the
it's a
street?
neighborhood
I
in
saw that
Israel.
on Twitter. Some guy was like, "What is Palestine?" And Fuzi was like, he went full Fuzi. You know what? Like, I feel like the whole Mossad thing and the concept of like, oh, you think that they planned this with this result with that much foresight? Come on, that's not. You think this is a movie? And then all of the terrorists' pagers blow up, and then their walkie-talkies. And if that happened if I played a Tom Clancy video game and that happened, I'd be like, I miss when the games were realistic.
Yeah.
They go with all this crazy. If that happened in like a movie, a Jason Bourne movie, that would be like the whole plot. 40 minutes would be dedicated to making the audience believe that he could intercept the terrorists and put in like a little tiny bomb. Oh, and then they switched the walkie-talkies, but those also blew up. Oh, and then all the top guys meet in a building and then they strike that building and take the. Come on, dude. It's like lazy writing.
I think when they get if they ever do reveal how they did this, I think it's going to be that they didn't intercept anything. They were the company. They went and they bought a company through enough third-party companies, and then they licensed the product so they could make them wherever, probably in Israel. And then they had a contact, and I don't think they ever intercepted like a shipment of pagers and like tampered with them. I think they were the manufacturer that they were being ordered from. I think it was they said it was 10 years of planning on
all
this.
crazy.
I don't know anything about that part of it, but in my conversation with my mom, where apparently I don't fairly chastise Hamas, she was telling me what they did was, you know how you can picture a pager with like 2 AA batteries in it or a smoke detector or whatever. One of the batteries was a fake. It looked like a AA battery, but it was actually a bomb. I don't know the mechanism of how they got it to trigger, but that was
They sent
that's
the
how they
text.
fooled
easiest
everyone.
part.
They sent the text.
Yeah.
Well, it's the part after that. Like they sent the text to activate it, but how did they? I guess they redid the hardware.
Apparently, it was a
in this
2 ounce.
thing.
The bomb is like 2 ounces. So it's like, because you also have to hold it and not be like, God, this pager's so heavy.
Well,
I think it was a fake AA battery, but how did they get that to explode?
Well, remember, like cell phones and pagers have long been used to trigger bombs. It's going to when it sends its electrical signal that normally goes to the display, I suppose, they're just probably ramping that voltage up a little bit and then sending it to a detonator. And a detonator is just something that pops and explodes from the electrical signal, and that's setting off the C4, and then you've got a bomb in your hands. It's so cool. I can't get over how cool it is.
It's crazy.
Like,
Imagine you're a dude, like you're a Hezbollah guy, and you were like taking a shower, the pager blew up, you saw that happen, you're like, oh, that's crazy. And then like the next day you were like taking a shit, left your walkie-talkie outside, it blew up also, you're like, oh fuck. And then you go home to play on your PS5. For sure you're gonna play FIFA, because you're a Hezbollah terrorist, you would play FIFA.
100%.
You're excited to play FIFA on PS5. You were
Maybe
looking
Counter-Strike.
at that thing and
Counter-Strike.
you were like, bro, the fucking bomb that they probably put in my PS5, you probably throw the thing out the window. You're like, no
You know
shot.
what
No one's playing PlayStation in the house.
I didn't hear this on the news, but I saw the video online of it was in Lebanon, and these guys had a thumbprint scanner to get in their building, and they're so afraid to use it. They're like sticking their finger on it with their whole body leaned away. They look like Wile E. Coyote lighting a
That's
fuse.
crazy, because you are like, damn, you're thinking crazy shit. You're like, yo, they know our thumbprints. How did they target just our pagers? Like, so you're for sure crazy paranoid. Like, that's literally, that's actually like a psyop. That's like one of those things where you're like, every piece of technology, you're like, Mossad's going to blow this up.
I heard a senior Iranian guy just insist that everyone involved in this gets rid of their cell phone because he doesn't trust them anymore. And dude,
Smart
like
move.
you said, it is smart.
But that's why they were
man,
already using pagers, by the way.
Disabling, I know, right?
They were
with you on
already
that.
like did that, and then the pagers, and then walkie-talkie. It just like,
and then the walkie-talkies, and now what? They're gonna do the lighters, so
and
that
it
they
is
get smoke
crazy
signals?
that it was like I heard like a purpose of it was to like target the reproductive organs also. So like you're
Maybe.
like a lot of them, they blow up on their hip. This is like
Yeah, right. Blow your dick
like-
off.
Yeah,
Change my
I
name
read
from
I
Woody
had
to
read a
Veggie.
stat that said how many reproductive organs were damaged in this.
A stat.
Yeah,
There
there
were
was a stat.
871 balls destroyed.
Something like that. That's actually what I saw that and I was like,
I
it's
mean,
on the
you got
internet.
lucky.
I believe it.
I just thought about this, Woody, because I know you said you and your mom are having a little tiff about Israel. Here's a little way to troll her. Does she know that over a third of Lebanon is Christian?
I don't know what she knows, but yeah.
That might throw her a little loop.
Used to be
IRA
majority.
was
Used to be
Christian too,
majority
okay?
Christian country.
Terrorists or terrorists, Taylor? Terrorists or terrorists? The
Yeah, but
IRA
that
was Christian.
used to be a majority Christian country. A lot of Lebanese people live in Montreal because they
in
left.
fear.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have left in fear. Maybe they had their reasons. I don't know.
No, I'm attacking
Mhm.
Taylor. This isn't about you.
Yeah, I was just trying to. I don't want to sound like. I'm trying to also. I'm not trying to sound like. I'm not trying to like. There was a really crazy quote though that Yahoo had said.
Oh, just one?
Yeah. No, a freshie that was like really like oof. It was. We've just begun. We're going to change the Middle East.
Ooh, I like that.
I knew
You
you
do?
would.
Oh, do you like the Middle East the way it is now? Are you a big fan of that? I think it needs a little
No,
change.
you're
I'm not
right.
allowed to go to quite a few places.
He's
But
gonna be
the
the
mechanism
Barack
of change
Obama.
matters.
He's
It'll
gonna be
be
the
us
Barack
doing the
Obama of the
change.
Middle East. Hope and change. Look,
Yeah,
boots
but
on the ground,
Taylor's like,
Taylor.
yeah, it's
I'm
right.
ready to go.
That's
Aren't you?
You know,
No,
if
tip
there's
of
one
the
thing I know, it's that bringing in the U.S. military into the Middle East to fix them works
Are you
great.
pussy?
Yeah, and the best part about it, cheap as can be. You don't
Oh my
like
God.
wreck your
Dude,
economy
it's-
for
it's
decades
so-
doing it.
Wreck it? It's gonna set a fucking fire under the boiler. Do you know what a real war would do to our economy? Do you know how the inflation? Oh my God. It would be great, Taylor.